गुरवे नमः।
Lord Sadashiva appeared on this earth about 7,000 years ago.
At that time, man was divided into small clans. Conflicts and feuds among different clans were frequent incidents. Man was not yet able to build a beautiful human society. Seeing this, Lord Sadashiva told them,
Atmagotram parityajya Shivagotram pravishatu. O children of immortality, give up your individual petty thoughts. Stop quarreling among yourselves. Take shelter in me. I shall show you the path of peace, of liberation.
Basically, he wished to create a thread of unity among Mongolians, Dravidians, Aryans and non-Aryans. Simultaneously, he introduced a marriage system, science of medicine, music, dance, and instrumental music to bring about an awakening to human civilization.
Similarly, Lord Krishna came to save humanity about 3,500 years ago. He created dharma-based Mahabharata. "3,500 years had passed. Lord Shrii Shrii Anandamurti ji took birth as a Mahasambhati, that is, Tarak Brahma, for the third time. Illuminating the lap of Srimati Abharani, in the year 1921 appeared a divine baby at 6:07 a.m. on Boishakhi Purnima Day in the house of Lakshmi Narayan Sarkar in Jamalpur. Later, this divine baby, spiritual guru Shrii Shrii Anandamurti ji, came to be venerated and worshipped by people of the whole world. From the very hour of birth, he started showing miracles. According to the custom of the family, as soon as the maternal grandmother Indumati Devi took the wick near the lips of baby Prabhat, little Prabhat raised his two little arms and tried to draw the milk bowl towards his mouth, as if he was telling all,
"I am an adult. Why are you giving me such a small quantity of milk?"
Seeing that supernatural sight, all who were present became speechless. A single question haunted their minds. This baby was not an ordinary one. He was surely some great man who had made his advent with tremendous power. At this sight, paternal grandmother named the baby Budo.
That little Prabhat was not an ordinary human being.
was revealed anew by his horoscope. Astrologers told Prabhat's father, Lakshminarayan Sarkar,
"This baby is divine. He is bound to achieve greatness when he grows up to be a man. In him are inherent all kinds of God-gifted, rare powers. One day, the fame of this divine baby will spread throughout the entire globe. The baby shall pave the path to true liberation for the oppressed and helpless people. Monks will be his companion in his journey."
সাথী আমার বন্ধু আমার ছিলে তুমি কোন বিদেশে, সাথী আমার বন্ধু আমার ছিলে তুমি কোন বিদেশে, আমার সকল হিয়ার বাঁধ ভেঙে যায় তোমায় দেখে ভালোবেসে, সাথী আমার বন্ধু আমার ছিলে তুমি কোন বিদেশে।
Later, everyone started calling the little old man Bubu. Taking into consideration all factors, his family members named him Prabhat Ranjan. The name Prabhat means one who is able to usher in a new dawn in both human life and social life. When Prabhat Ranjan was just a 5 years old boy, Mother Avarani witnessed feats of young Prabhat. Her son would suddenly wake up in the midnight and sit on the bed. On one occasion, she saw luminous radiance around her son. After a few days, Prabhat would often dream and would tell her mother,
Mother, a type of reptile entered through my ear tonight.
Sometimes he would say,
Mother, gigantic animals, stars, planets, satellites were entering through my ears.
Having heard such vivid description of strange animals, stars, planets, Abharani was astounded. She would think,
Prabhat has never seen such types of things. Yet, how can he explain all these things so intricately, so beautifully?
As days passed, strange incidents continued to happen to Prabhat's life.
When Prabhat was just a 4 years old boy, a debate began between Mother Abharani Devi and grandmother Veena Pani Devi. The topic was whether or not his elder sister Hira Prabha would be taught to sing. Hearing the debate, little Prabhat prompted to remind them.
Quite a few years ago, you discussed the matter and already came to the conclusion that she will be taught to sing. Then why are you discussing the matter again?
Hearing this, both the mother and the grandmother were surprised. Grandmother asked Prabhat,
How could you know about this incident? We had this discussion 5 years ago. You were not even born at that time.
A serene, gentle smile adorned his features as Prabhat replied.
It is enough that I know about this.
He left, leaving them in discreet silence.
It was the day of Shiva Chaturdashi. Huge crowd assembled at the local temple of Shiva. Little Prabhat also went there with his mother. Suddenly, looking at the idol of Shiva, Prabhat started chanting fluently Dhyana mantra of Shiva in Sanskrit.
Dhainitam mahisham rajatgirinibham charu chandrabatangsam ratnakalpojalangam parshmrigabara vitihastam prasannam.
hearing the chanting of a little boy, all became speechless.
Absorbed in delight, even the priest of the temple asked little Prabhat,
You are a little boy. How could you learn Dhyana mantra of Shiva?
I got this mantra through meditation.
From his childhood days, Prabhat used to meditate. No one ever taught him this yoga practice, but he would practice it every moment. From the very beginning of his life, he gave special importance to spirituality.
Anil Babu, his childhood friend and relative, saw through the window a strange thing. Prabhat was meditating, and his body was floating in the air. Later, when he was asked about this, he denied it. From his childhood, different aspects of spiritual world manifested in him. Sometimes he was seen meditating along inside the forest of Kali Pahar. From his childhood, he was very courageous. On one occasion, his friend Sachindranath, along with other friends, were following him. They saw Prabhat Ranjan doing another strange, dangerous thing. Crossing Death Valley, he entered deep forest and was riding on the back of a tiger. Later, woodcutters too saw this horrific scene and cautioned his father Lakshmi Narayan.
Once, a surprising incident happened. 4 bulls rushed towards Manoranjan, Prabhat's childhood friend. Seeing this sight, Prabhat Ranjan raised his hand to stop the bulls. Like a miracle, the bulls stopped moving and looked like frozen objects. All eyewitnesses became bewildered and wide-eyed. According to the custom of Sharkar family, babies were given non-vegetarian food only after they turned 5 years old. But Prabhat did not agree to eat that food. Binapani Devi, his grandmother, forcefully tried to push a piece of fish into his mouth. Prabhat vomited the entire food immediately. He got up. He left the chair and told everyone, including his grandmother,
If you try to forcefully make me consume non-vegetarian food, I will never eat with you.
Since then, no one tried to feed non-vegetarian food to Prabhat Ranjan.
Prabhat Ranjan had an inborn quality. He appeared on this earth with Dhruva Smriti, fixed memory. Without these Dhruva Smriti, no person can establish oneself in omniscient wisdom. From his childhood, knowledge about mountains, rivers, geographical condition, history of the whole world was at the tip of his fingers. He used to talk about all these things to his classmates without least difficulty. Charmed, all kept hearing these descriptions. They were surprised to think how could he acquire so much knowledge. Even from his early childhood, he could beautifully recite Ravindranath's poems like Nirjhare Shopnobhango, Africa, Borshoshesh, Shahjahan, Dushamoy, and many others. Spellbound, all would hear and think, is it sharpness of memory, or Dhruva Smriti, or some other thing? From his very childhood, Prabhat could clearly speak languages like Bhojpuri, Ongika, Magahi, Maithili, Bengali, and many more.
Once, during childhood, Himanshu Ranjan, his brother, saw an amazing thing. Prabhat, his elder brother, was writing something in incomprehensible language. Bewildered, Himanshu Ranjan asked,
What are you writing?
I am writing my name in Bengali, English, Hindi, Bhojpuri, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Malayalam, Gujarati, Kannada, Assamese, Naga, in multiple languages.
Back came the reply. Amazed, Himanshu Ranjan asked his elder brother,
How could you learn so many languages?
With a strange smile, Prabhat Ranjan replied,
I know all the languages of the world.
One incident can be mentioned in this context. When Sessions Judge of Patna High Court asked Prabhat Ranjan Sarkar, better known as Spiritual Master Shrii Shrii Anandamurti ji,
In which language do you want to give your statement?
Shrii Shrii Anandamurti ji replied,
I know more than 200 languages of the world, yet I shall make my statement in Cambridge English.
While giving a discourse on linguistics, Shrii Shrii Anandamurti ji said the same thing.
I know more than 200 languages of the world, which has no dative case except in Sanskrit.
In course of time, these valuable discourses were compiled into different books such as Borno Bigyan, Borno Bichitra, Laghu Nirukta, and many more, containing more than 300 pages, and all were published. Linguists of the world appreciated his vast knowledge on linguistics. Acknowledging his profound wisdom since childhood, Bhavani Charan Mitra, the headmaster of the school, would assign responsibility to Prabhat Ranjan for teaching lower classes in the absence of geography teacher. All teachers loved him as much as he respected them. Till the last day of his life, remembering their contribution, he dedicated extraordinary research-centric 8 volumes of Borno Bichitra to his respected teachers. He wrote,
Remembering Pandit Antaryami Jha and Pandit P.K. Iyer, by whose grace I was trained in the rhythmic meter of intellectual language. Pandit Hiralal Jha, by whose kindness I had the opportunity to ascend to the threshold of music. Maulavi Abdullah Hilbaki, at whose feet I had the opportunity to learn Arabic, Farsi, and a little Tamil. And the late Bijon Kumar Chattopadhyay, sitting on whose lap at the age of 3, with a chalk in hand, I learned the Bengali characters. Humblest servant, Sri Prabhat Ranjan Sarkar.
From his childhood, one more thing would attract the attention of all. Prabhat Ranjan opposed casteism, religious bigotry, different kinds of dogma that eat up society like insects. When he was a child, a few of his low-caste friends sat on his bed. After his friends left, Mother Abharani washed the bedsheet and pillow covers. Young Prabhat was so shocked that he immediately sank quilt of his bed and pillows in water.
Mother, if I do not wash this bed and pillow, even it will remain unclean.
Mother Abharani was forced to concede defeat against the argument of Prabhat.
Through such small incidents, he would make all understand how great and noble a human being he was. He loved everything of the created world. From his very childhood, he could understand the language of birds and animals. Once an incident happened at Bamunpara. He, along with a few friends, was sitting under a tree. All of a sudden, Prabhat Ranjan said,
Look, what a beautiful bird is sitting on the tree. How melodiously it is singing. Actually, the bird is calling other birds through its melody.
What happened next was true to his words. In no time, many birds flew in and sat on the tree. They started chirping among themselves. After some time, another bird gave a call. Prabhat Ranjan said,
It is time for them to leave. They will leave right now.
In the twinkling of an eye, all birds flew away.
Sarkar family had a very intimate relation with the Bhojpuri family. Since the birth of Prabhat Ranjan, members of Sarkar family used to visit that family very frequently. Radha, the only daughter of the house, used to love Prabhat Ranjan like her younger brother. When Prabhat Ranjan was 12 years old, suddenly Radha passed away. The sudden death of her daughter made her mother burst into tears. Prabhat Ranjan tried his best to console her, but he failed. Forced by circumstances, he told the lady,
I shall make you see your daughter, but you will have to promise. First, you will not touch her. Second, you will not request me to do the same thing again. Also, you will have to keep it a secret.
The mother agreed with these conditions. Prabhat Ranjan kept his words. The mourning mother saw her daughter again. Though it lasted for 5 minutes only, the mother was overjoyed.
Thus, in the charming ambience of Jamalpur, the childhood of Prabhat Ranjan was passing cheerfully. But what an irony of fate! Deep darkness engulfed Sarkar family. All of a sudden, affected by an acute black fever, Lakshmi Narayan, Prabhat's father, died on the night of 12th February 1936. He was then 44 years old only. Lakshmi Narayan Sarkar was the only earning member of the family. Naturally, as the eldest son of the house, all responsibilities of the family were assigned to Prabhat Ranjan. He was then only a student of class 8. He had 4 younger brothers and 1 sister.
On 22nd November 1935, elder sister Hira Prabha got married at Chinchura in West Bengal. With a strong determination, Srimati Abharani, who was very resolute, took the responsibility of the distraught family. With some financial help of the relatives of Lakshmi Narayan Sarkar, well-wishers, especially of Uncle Sri Nirmal Chandra Sarkar, Srimati Abharani saved the family from catastrophe temporarily.
As days passed by, Prabhat Ranjan passed the matriculation examination with special achievement in the year 1939. As the eldest son, he decided to take responsibility of the family through a job. But as advised by Mother Abharani, Prabhat Ranjan was admitted in Bidyasagar College, Kolkata, in the science department. It was decided that he would stay in the house of maternal uncle Sri Sharat Chandra Basu, located at Dhanoda Ghosh Street. Prabhat Ranjan loved to remain alone for some time. So while studying in college, he would very much like to walk from Kashimitra Ghat to Howrah Bridge every evening along the bank of the Ganga. At that time, there were many bushes, thickets and crematory near Kashimitra Ghat. After sundown, people would not usually frequent those areas. As evening set in, those areas would become the territory of dacoits and snatchers. To Prabhat Ranjan, that area became one of his most beloved places. It was Shravani Purnima, full moon in the month of Shravan. Fearless after sundown, Prabhat Ranjan was sitting at Kashimitra Ghat, facing towards Ganga. Without any worry, to his heart's content, he was observing the hide-and-seek game between the moon and the clouds. Making its characteristic sound, the river Ganga was flowing. It was a moment when Prabhat Ranjan was absorbed in indescribable bliss. Kalicharan, the infamous dacoit of that area, was approaching him with a dagger. His intention was to loot everything that he had. Kalicharan came closer, and finally, the dacoit was forced to surrender himself before the strong personality and divine power of Prabhat Ranjan. Commanded by Prabhat Ranjan, like a mesmerized person, he threw his weapon into the Ganga. After taking a bath in the Ganga, he genuflected before Prabhat Ranjan. He burst into tears. Disgrace of repentance purified the heart of Kalicharan the dacoit. Prabhat Ranjan was as if waiting for this moment. On that evening, he initiated Kalicharan into tantric spiritual practice. Later, he named him Kalikanandu Abadhuta. Sravuni Purnima Day, 1939, is a golden day in the history of ANANDAMARGA. On that day, spiritual guru Shrii Shrii Anandamurti ji gave initiation for the first time.
শ্রাবণী পূর্ণিমার কথা আজ মনে পড়ে, আজকে মনে পড়ে বন্ধু, আজকে মনে পড়ে, আজ মনে পড়ে।
Prabhat Ranjan's ancestral house was at Bamunpara in Bardhaman district. Once a year, he would go out of Jamalpur for Bamunpara on a pleasure trip. Prabhat Ranjan had special attraction for Bamunpara. Getting the news of Prabhat Ranjan's arrival, friends and relatives would want to have company with him. Once his friend Gopi Babu told a very popular story about Bama Khepa to Prabhat Ranjan.
Once, a ticket collector forced great yogi Bama Khepa to get off the train because he had no ticket. As a result, even after trying hard, the guard and the driver could not make the train move. The passengers made the driver and the guard and the ticket collector understand the cause of this incident. They told the driver that one great yogi has been forced to get off the train. That is why the train was not moving. Requested by the guard, driver and also the ticket collector of the train, Bama Khepa boarded on the train again. The train started moving immediately.
Having heard the story, Prabhat Ranjan said,
Some spiritual power is necessary to make the train stop. That doesn't mean one has to become a Mahayogi.
Hearing this, Gopi Babu asked Prabhat Ranjan,
Can you make a train stop in this way?
Prabhat Ranjan did not give a direct reply. He asked Gopi Babu,
I heard you are going to Kolkata tomorrow. I will accompany you.
In the morning, Gopi Babu went to Prabhat Ranjan's house and found he was not ready. It was almost time for the train to arrive. As Gopi Babu told Prabhat Ranjan to hurry up, Prabhat Ranjan, with a smile, said,
Don't worry. The train will wait for us.
Hearing this, Gopi Babu went to Shaktigarh station, bought a ticket and boarded the train. It was already time for the train to depart. Gopi Babu saw calm and composed Prabhat Ranjan was walking towards the station at normal speed. The guard and the driver was not able to make the train move. Gopi Babu noticed and was quite astonished. Prabhat Ranjan reached the station, bought a ticket and moved ahead towards the stranded train. As soon as he boarded the train, at the touch of his feet, the train started moving. Prabhat Ranjan quietly sat beside Gopi Babu.
I told you the train would not move till I board the train.
After some time, the train arrived at Bandel station. Like many passengers, Gopi Babu was about to get off the train to have a cup of tea. Usually, the train stopped here for a longer time. Prabhat Ranjan cautioned Gopi Babu.
Do not get off the train today. The train will not stop here for long enough.
Gopi Babu paid no heed to Prabhat Babu's caution. The moment Gopi Babu took the earthen pot with tea in his hand, the train started moving. Throwing the earthen teacup, Gopi Babu desperately boarded the running train. Amazed, Gopi Babu asked Prabhat Ranjan,
Why did the train stop here for such a short time?
With a gentle smile, Prabhat Babu answered,
Remember, the train stopped at Shaktigarh for a longer time. It made up for the time lost.
Gopi Babu's awareness returned. He clearly understood everything and said to himself,
Just yesterday I told Prabhat Babu regarding the stopping of train and asked whether he will be able to do so. Prabhat Babu, without saying a word, made me understand how much divine power he has.
After passing intermediate examination, Prabhat Ranjan returned to Jamalpur. In the middle of 1941, after the death of his father, the condition of the family gradually went from bad to worse.
Forced by circumstances, he was appointed to the post of clerk in pre-audit section of Accounts Department of Jamalpur Railway Workshop. His understanding of values of time, deep respect for duty, overwhelmed everyone working in his office.
Along with this, his love for others, affection, amity, service-mindedness, deep knowledge on all subjects, especially his spiritual knowledge and divine power, influenced all from general employees to higher-level officers. The ambience of the office changed dramatically. Everyone was eager to talk to Prabhat Ranjan. All craved for his companionship. If anyone was in trouble, felt sick, or faced with any problem, they would go to Prabhat Babu. They knew he had a solution for all of them with a gentle smile.
Thus, the number of devotees kept increasing. In spite of confining ANANDAMARGA within a small room, ANANDAMURTI ji asked his devotees to build a Dhyana Mandir. Every evening, after returning from office, he would move out of his quarters and walk to Jagriti along a particular route. During evening, sitting inside the Jagriti, he would give different spiritual discourses. All devotees would eagerly wait to hear those discourses.
It was 25th December 1954. Calling veteran spiritual aspirants, Baba said,
Prepare a draft of the Constitution in order to create a new organization. The goal of the organization will be to dispel darkness from physical, mental, and spiritual spheres and to establish human beings in humanistic stance. The organization will take them to the pinnacle of spirituality.
Accepting the command of Guru with reverence, Pranay Kumar Chattopadhyay, Sukumar Bosu, Shishir Datta, Nagina Prasad, Vishwanath Singh, Debnarayan, all devotees of Baba prepared the draft.
That memorable day came in the history of the world. It was January 1st, 1955. It was Sunday. On the occasion of International New Year, devotees assembled. After singing of bhajan and collective meditation, Baba gave a discourse on gradual development of society. At the end of the discourse, he told the devotees,
We are going to create a new organization on January the 9th. On that day, you must be present in the quarters of Rampur colony.
A canopy was arranged inside the quarters to hold Dharma Mahachakra. Baba sat on the pedestal on elevated veranda. He gave a discourse. The subject was Prakriti Tattva and Omkar Tattva. After the discourse in Dharma Chakra, Baba gave Varabhay Mudra to the devotees for the first time. Baba told his disciples,
A new organization is taking birth today. I am naming it ANANDAMARGA Pracharaka Sangha.
One day, Baba told his devotees,
Good days are coming. You will see one thing. Many people will want to associate themselves with you. Naturally, it will not be possible for me to initiate them into spiritual practice. So I have decided to create Acharya from among a few of you. As my representative, you will teach spiritual practice.
Acharya training began with the purpose of propagating Sangha's ideology. Also, the other goal was to initiate many people into spiritual practice. Pranay Kumar Chattopadhyay became the first Acharya.
Sitting on Tiger's grave, Baba started giving dictation for different types of books. Thus was published books like Chorja Chorjo, Do's and Don'ts, Part 1, 2 and 3, ANANDAMARGA Prarambhik Darshan, and many others. He gave a discourse on Yama and Niyama, codes of self-restraint, to help maintaining a healthy body and mind. He also gave the flag and pratik, the symbol. He commanded his devotees to sit for collective meditation every Sunday. He named it Dharma Chakra. Spiritual congregation held in the presence of Guru was named Dharma Mahachakra, where Guru himself would give discourse. ANANDAMARGA organization was not restricted to small town of Jamalpur. Like sparks of fire, it spread to different corners of India, Bihar, Assam, Tripura, and many others. It became problematic for family acharyas to keep pace with fast-spreading organization. It became necessary to create whole-time workers. In 1962, he created first monk and initiated him to Abadhuta Diksha. The number of ANANDAMARGA monks kept increasing at tremendous speed. But that too was not enough for propagation of the ideology of the organization. To have a glimpse of Guru, hundreds of devotees used to come to Jamalpur from various parts of India. Long queues were seen for personal contact with Guru. ANANDAMARGA organization kept expanding. To make it more extensive, Baba started forming a few branch organizations. For instance, on January 25, 1958, Baba formed Renaissance Universal at Trimohan, Bhagalpur. He was lifelong president of this branch organization. In 1963, he established registered headquarters of ANANDAMARGA at Anandanagar in the Purulia district of West Bengal. In the same year, he formed Education Relief and Welfare Section. It is a service-oriented organization. He created first nun of ANANDAMARGA as the head of Women Welfare Department. Her name is Abadhutika Ananda Bharati Acharya. In 1965, he formed Women Welfare Department. He started ANANDAMARGA Degree College in 1966 and ANANDAMARGA Institute of Technology in 1968. In order to spread the organization outside India, he sent Atmananda Abadhuta to Kenya in 1966. On 8 October 1970, Baba gave Kirtana, Ashtakshari Siddha Mantra, Baba Nam Kevalam in Amjharia near Ranchi.
Baba understood, remaining in service life, it was not possible to work for ANANDAMARGA. So, on December 29, 1966, around afternoon, he went to his office for the last time. He offered his last namaskar to all. With an ambience burdened with speechless pain, Baba told Shiv Shankar Babu,
"It is true that I am leaving Jamalpur for a noble mission. Wherever I may be, I will never forget you for sure. My mind will remain in Jamalpur. Whenever you wish, you may come to me without any hesitation. As a mark of my memory, I am leaving a glass used by me."
On December 31, leaving his own house, Baba came to Jamalpur Jagriti by motor car. Thinking that Baba was leaving them, devotees burst into tears. Giving solace to all, Baba said,
"I will be with you all the time. Wherever you will want me, you will get me there."
वृन्दावनं परित्यज्य पादमेकं न गच्छामि पश्यामि यत् यदा यदा व्रजभावं न विस्मरामि वृन्दावनं परित्यज्य पादमेकं न गच्छामि.
Baba made all take a solemn vow. Margi brothers and sisters promised in unison.
From this moment, we are determined to establish Baba's ideology.
Thereafter, the moment Baba entered the car to go to Anandanagar, devotees started crying.
Krishna never returned to Vrindavan. After leaving Vrindavan, Krishna never returned.
Baba said with a gentle smile,
Jamalpur is the place where my divine game began. I will certainly come.
But devotees were stubborn. They kept on crying.
Baba, please do not leave us, Baba. Please do not leave us. Please do not leave us, Baba.
To make his noble mission a reality, Baba assumed the form of Parthasarathi, living the form of Krishna of Braja. He told the driver,
Drive the car.
Leaving Jamalpur, Baba's car kept moving towards Anandanagar. Devotees were still looking at Baba's car. All started running towards Baba's car. Long-standing relation with Baba and love for Baba made them desperate. Their tears and shouts entered Baba's heart. After going a little distance, Baba stopped the car. Alighting from the car, Baba did namaskar to his devotees for the last time. Rolling and rolling on the dust of the sacred land, devotees did Shashtanga Pranam for Baba.
On that day, he reached Anandanagar in the evening. His dream was to build a beautiful town including 52 mausoleums of Anandanagar. His purpose was to guarantee food, clothes, house, education, medical care for every human being. In order to transform his dream into reality, he established 37 primary schools, 4 junior high schools, 2 high schools, one for the boys and another for the girls. Besides, there are degree college, engineering college, B.Ed college, commanded by him. Different kinds of centers for providing medical treatment, children's home were also established. As days passed, several branches and sub-branches spread throughout India and in different countries abroad. Service activities of ANANDAMARGA kept spreading at a very fast pace. Inspired by Shrii Shrii Anandamurti's ideology, millions of people accepted the ideology of Sangha. In order to transform his socio-economic theory, that is, Prout, into reality, innumerable persons came forward. It was felt if Prout philosophy can be imposed properly, every human being of the world would get guarantee of food, clothes, house, education.
Baba was a receptacle of divine grace. If one surrenders to him, he forgives him and graces him.
After coming out of jail, Shrii Shrii Anandamurti increased the speed of the organization so much that ANANDAMARGA spread in around 182 countries of the world. He formulated a new education system. He explained the term education in a novel way. E stands for enlargement of mind. D for DESMEP. D, discipline. E, etiquette. S, smartness. M, morality. E, English. P, pronunciation. U stands for universal outlook. C stands for character building. A stands for active habits. T stands for trustworthiness. I stands for ideation of the Supreme. O stands for omniscience grace. N stands for nice temperament. The speciality of ANANDAMARGA schools is to develop the qualities inherent in children. He propounded science, medical science, spiritual scripture, philosophy, social scripture, economics, neo-humanism, arts, microvitam, biopsychology, literature, and many others. He introduced novel and unique Koshiki dance on 6 September 1978, which can cure 22 diseases of women. He introduced art for service and blessedness instead of art for art's sake. He composed and set to music 5,018 valuable songs, Prabhat Shongi, rich in rhythm, ideation, language, and melody. The songs were composed in as many as 8 languages. He also composed songs in foreign languages. His songs are being appreciated in different countries of the world. ANANDAMARGA Universal Relief Team, a mart founded by him, has been recognized by the United Nations organizations. Happy with service activities of Amart, governments of different countries of the world lent their helping hands. To sum it up, Shrii Shrii Anandamurti ji is the only Guru who has shown the path to remove darkness from physical, mental, and spiritual spheres. Along with this, he has given birds, animals, plants, even insects right to live. Today, let us unitedly offer millions of salutations at the lotus feet of Shrii Shrii Anandamurti ji.
তোমায়